The moment your 3-bureau credit report is scanned and imported from your credit report provider, the 40-day countdown begins, so you want to get started without delay. The dispute plan will guide you through the entire process. Right away, the dispute plan lets us know we have to create a dispute letter. Red means there's an action that needs to be done. I have to create a dispute letter and send it out by the date here, so the letter has enough time to travel through the mail and give the bureaus a full 30 days to respond. The action button says, Create Dispute Letter. Because each credit bureau is a different company, and each bureau can have different information, we're going to create disputes for each of the 3 bureaus separately. Let's start with TransUnion. Click or tap Create Dispute Letter, and you'll see the software did all the work. All the accounts that contain negative information have been singled out in red. Click or tap the plus button to see what's negative about each account. Here you can see this account says it was paid 30 days late 4 times. At the bottom of the account, you'll see the suggested reason for this round. The software's artificial intelligence scanned every account for 20 different kinds of errors. Here the software found a late payment error and provided a suggested reason. You can see the language that will be added to the dispute letter right here. This account is incorrectly reporting that I have 4 late payments. On my Experian report, there are only 2 late payments being reported. The software found a discrepancy between bureaus that can damage the credit score. In this example, the AI found a payment status error, and like the previous example, provided a suggested dispute reason. The software is able to do this by scanning thousands of lines of code in the credit report looking for errors and discrepancies. Even when it doesn't find an error, it will still provide a suggested reason with the highest probability for success. There's no Select All button because the software doesn't assume you want to dispute every account, even though you can. So select all the accounts you'd like to dispute by clicking the box. On mobile, tap the account. I'm going to select all these accounts. Below are 2 more sections you don't want to miss. One for public records, such as a Chapter 7 or 13 bankruptcy. There's no bankruptcy on this credit report, so I'll move down and open the Inquiries section. The software found several inquiries that were added to my credit report on the same day. Again, you can see a suggested reason was provided. I'll select these 3. Altogether, I've selected 12 accounts and 3 inquiries for a total of 15 items to dispute on TransUnion. The bureaus prefer all your disputes, including inquiries, go on 1 letter, not multiple letters. Click Next. Now we're going to add a dispute reason. Even though the software is incredibly sophisticated when it comes to finding errors and creating strategic disputes, it doesn't force you to take the suggested reason. From the drop-down menu, you can choose another reason if you think it's a better fit. Or, if you know exactly what's wrong with the account and perhaps you have some documentation, you can write your own dispute by selecting Custom Reason. You have full control over the dispute process. I'll let the software do all the work for me, and I'm going to go with the suggested reasons. It only took a few seconds to select my dispute reasons. And I'm done with my round 1 dispute letter for TransUnion. The dispute letter was automatically emailed to me with my ID and proof of address attached. From here, we would move on to Experian and then Equifax, assuming there are accounts to dispute on those bureaus as well. Keep in mind, it's best to create your disputes for all 3 bureaus and mail them out at the same time. It's more effective and is easier to keep the dispute process organized. Let's finish up by going back to the dashboard. Notice the dispute plan has been updated to show I created a dispute letter. To stay on my 40-day timeline, I need to send the letter out no later than this date here. I'll print and stamp my letter tonight and I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. The final step is to mark letter as sent. Click or tap the button. I'll enter tomorrow's date, and I'm all done with my round 1 TransUnion dispute. Now I'm waiting on results, which will take place in 40 days. When the countdown timer at the top reaches 0 on this date here, the software will reach out to the credit report provider to import a new credit report and present the results. Let's fast forward 40 days and see the results of these disputes, and then create our round 2 dispute letters.